Hello everyone, I am Chirag Patel from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Welcomes you to the session of electromagnetic theory. Today we are going to discuss about topic potential due to system of charges from unit number 2. So let's start the session. As we discussed in the last lecture that the potential due to different system of charges can be in terms of rho L, rho S and rho V. Now let's see potential difference due to line charge. So for this again we have take 2 points, that is A and B. Consider that the given system is cylindrical system. So we know that for the cylindrical system field intensity is given by rho L upon 2 pi epsilon 0 R A R bar. Now for this the cylindrical system is there, so the differential length it has a coordinate r, phi and z. So it can be written like this: r drar plus r d phi a phi plus dz az. So now integration of E dl we need to find out, because v equal to minus integration E dot dl. So we have to find out the integration of E dot dl. We have both the values. Let's put in the equation. It will be like this. In this equation, if you see, there are three dot products are there: ar dot ar, ar dot a phi and ar dot az. But we did not find the ar a phi and ar az because it becomes 0. So we have only one term, that is ar dot ar is 1, that is rho L upon 2 pi epsilon 0 r dr. So the equation can be like this: minus rho L upon 2 pi epsilon 0 r dr from point A to B. A is our upper limit because VAB is there. If VBA is there, then you have to take RB and RA. So if you solve this, here the remaining terms that are constant are out of the integration: minus rho L upon 2 pi epsilon 0 1 upon r, integration of 1 upon r is ln r, and limit is RA and RB. So it can be like this. This is our final equation for the potential due to line charge distribution. Now let's see one example related to line charge. Here in a given point of 200 pi epsilon 0 coulomb at 3 minus 1 2, a line charge of 45 epsilon 0 coulomb per meter on x-axis is there, and surface charge of 8 epsilon 0 coulomb per meter square on x equal to minus 3 plane. Find the potential at point T 5 6 7 if V is 0 at point Q. So here this example is a combination of three different types of charge distribution. First charge distribution is our point, second one is our line, and third one is our surface charge distribution. So basically to find out the total potential, it is an addition of all the three types of potential. Here potential at one point is given, that is potential at point P is given, and you need to find out the potential at point P and Q is given. So you have to do one thing: you can find out the potential difference, because we have the equation to finding out potential difference VPQ. So VPQ is equal to VP minus VQ. Now we have the value of VQ, so we can easily find out the potential at point T. Okay, but potential at point Q is 0. Okay, so whatever potential difference we get from this example is simply our potential at point P. Okay, so now let's start with the solution. Since as I said, since potential Q is 0, so we need to find out PQ is 0. So VPQ will become equal to V, and it is addition of three type of potential: due to point, due to line, and due to surface. So first let's find out due to point charge. Now due to point charge, the equation is Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 1 upon RP minus 1 upon RQ. PQ is there, that's why RP minus RQ is taken. Now we need to find out the two distance, that is RP and RQ. We have the 2 points, so simply we can find out the magnitude, desired point minus given point. Same way for the RQ also, desired point minus given point. So it will be square root and square of the individual component is taken. It gives answer 3.317. Now we have both the values, so let's put in the equation of potential difference. So it will like this. Here the potential charge is given 200 pi epsilon 0. So pi epsilon 0 will cancel out, and we get the answer for VPQ is 9.413 volt. This is our answer for the first case. Now let's do it for the second case. For the second case, line charge distribution is taken along x-axis. Now, along x-axis, as I said earlier, that whenever the along x-axis or along y-axis is taken, then you can you have to make the other two coordinates zero. Like if along x-axis is there, you have to make y and z axis zero, and you can keep that particular axis same as given in the desired point. Like in this example, our desired point is 5, 6 and 7. So we have to keep the x-axis coordinate, that is 5, same like this, 5, 0, 0. So this is how we can find out the distance for the point P, that is RP, 0, 6, 7. Same way we can do it for the RQ also. Now for RQ, point is 0, 0, 1. So for 0, 0, 1, our second point where the line charge is located will become like this. Now x-axis coordinate same. So x-axis coordinate is 0, 0, 1, in which x is 0. So we have to keep 0 as it is, and the other two coordinates should be 0, means y and z should be 0. So 0, 0. So we get the RQ, that is 1 meter. Now we have value of RP and RQ. So let's put it in the equation for the finding out the line charge. So VPQ will becomes minus rho L upon 2 pi epsilon 0 ln of RP upon RQ. We have both the values. So we get the answer for VPQ, that is minus 44.43 volt. Now for the third one, means potential due to surface charge. Now potential due to surface charge is V equal to minus integration E dot dl bar. Okay, so if we find out the electric field intensity, then we can easily find out this potential. So first let's do for electric field intensity. We know that the electric field intensity formula is rho s upon 2 epsilon 0 a n bar. In the problem statement, rho s is already given. Okay, so main thing is to find out the direction of the a n bar. We know that for the point and plane combination, if point is above plane, then you have to take the direction as positive. If point is below plane, then you have to take direction as negative. But which negative? In the direction of given plane. Like if x equal to 3 is given, then you have to do the ax bar or minus ax bar. If point is above, then you have to take plus ax. If point is below the plane, then minus ax bar. So over here, our direction will becomes plus ax because given point is above plane. That's why plus ax bar is taken. We have already the value of the surface charge density, that is 8 epsilon 0. So 8 epsilon 0 upon 2 epsilon 0 ax bar. So it will becomes 4ax. This is our field intensity. But to find out the potential difference, we have to take minus integration pq E bar dot dl bar. E bar is our 4ax and the remaining is like this. Over here again we have to take the dot product, but for the dot product ax and ax will become 1, but the other two dot product will become 0. So it will be like this. Here for the given point, the x coordinate changes from, for the PQ is from 0 to 5. So that's why here the limit is from 0 to 5. So we get the answer minus 20 volt. Now we have all the three types of distribution for the potential difference. So let's add them to get the total potential. So this is how you can make. The final answer will be minus 73.843 volt. Next is about the concept of potential gradient. Potential gradient is V is equal to minus integration E bar dot dl bar according to the equation of potential. Now, if we want the differential potential, then we have to take the differentiation on both the sides of this equation. So it will becomes dV equal to minus E bar dot dl bar. This equation, in this equation A bar dot D bar, we know that the dot product equation A bar dot D bar can be AB cos theta. So here E bar dot dl bar means EDL cos theta. If we do dV by dl, then on the right hand side it will be minus E cos theta. Now this minus E cos theta has the maximum value when theta becomes pi. When theta becomes pi, then cos pi will give us answer minus 1. But over here already one negative sign is there, so it becomes the highest magnitude of dV by dl. So for this you have to take theta is equal to 180 or pi, because this gives us the maximum value of rate of change in potential with respect to distance. So dV by dl maximum can be dV by dn. So it is nothing but we can say that E is minus dV by dn. Here dn can be taken as a differential length. So we can say that E is nothing but the minus of gradient V. Differential volume can be denoted as a part of partial differentiation term, that is del V by del x dx, del V by del y dy, and del V by del z dz. So now the electric field intensity is our EXAX plus EY plus EZAZ. Now, according to relation between E and D, we can say that dV is our minus E bar dot dl, because V is integration of minus in E bar dot dl bar. So, E bar is our EXAX plus EY plus EZAZ dot dl is our DXAX, DYAY and DZAZ. So, if we do the dot product, then EXAX term, EYAY term and EZAZ terms will remain as it is. The remaining will become 0. So the equation for the dV can becomes minus Ex dx minus Ey dy and minus Ez dz. So this is our equation for the differential potential. But from the equation number 1 and 2, if we compare, then it will be like this: dV by del V by del x dx plus del V by del y dy plus del V by del z dz will becomes like this. It is equal to this term, because this is nothing but the equation of dV. Both are the equation of dV. So we can compare equation number 1 and 2. So we get like this. If we compare, then dx will be cancelled out from both the sides. So we get the component of Ex, Ey as well as for the Ez. This is how we can write each component: Ex equation, Ey equation and Ez equation. So now, if we put all the values, then it will be like this: Ex in place of Ex, it is minus del V by del x. In place of Ey, it is minus del V by del y. And in place of Ez, it is minus del V by del z. So if we do this type of equation, then obviously this part, del V by del x Ax, del V by del y Ay, and del V by del z Az is nothing but the equation of minus gradient V. Okay. So this is how we can get the relation between E and V, that is E is equal to minus gradient V del V. Okay. Now, for the flow of examples, you can follow this type of relation. Like first, if electric field intensity is given and you have to find out the charge Q, then you have to do one thing. You have to first find out the electric field intensity from given value of potential by taking the gradient of it. Then if you have the value of field intensity, then easily you can find the D, that is D equal to epsilon 0 E. Now if you have D, then according to Maxwell's first equation, del dot D is rho V, because del dot D is divergence of D. If you do the divergence of the equation, then you can find out the volume charge density, and once if you have a volume charge density, then according to standard charge configuration, you can find out the Q, that is integration over volume rho V dV. So this is how you can do each part of example. It can be asked for either 3 marks, 5 marks or 5 marks, like to find out the field intensity or flux density or the total charge. So let's see one example for this. Before going towards the example, let's take a quick revision of the formulas that we have discussed. VAB is minus integration A to B dl. For point charge equation is Q upon R1 minus R2. For absolute potential, it is simply Q upon R. For line charge, it is minus rho L upon 2 by epsilon 0 ln of RA upon RB. For differential potential, it will be like this, and for the relationship between E and V equal to minus gradient V. So these are some list of equations that we have discussed already. Let's see one example, that is in a free space, potential is given at one point, that is 1, 2 and minus 5. We have to find out the field intensity as well as the volume charge density. So here potential is given. So from the potential, if you want the electric field intensity, you have to take the gradient of the potential, that is minus del V. So E is minus del V. Equation is minus del V by del x dx plus del V by del y Ay plus del v by del z is z. We have the equation of v. We have to take the partial differentiation with respect to x, y, and z. So it will be like this. If we do the partial differentiation with respect to x, it will be like this: minus 6y square z x. With y, you get this value, and with respect to z, you get this value 6xy square z. So this is electric field intensity for the given potential. From this, you can easily find out the d, because d can be get by taking the multiplication of epsilon 0 and E. So del dot T is del dot epsilon 0 E. So basically you have to take the divergence of the given electric field intensity. We have the equation of field intensity, you have to take the divergence of that. So it will be like this. This is our divergence equation. We have already discussed about how to find the divergence in unit number 1. So this is how you can do the divergence of the vector and get the answer. From this you can find out the volume charge density, because del dot T is nothing but our volume charge density according to Maxwell's equation. So this is the answer for volume charge density. Now if it is asked that at a given point you have to find out, so you have to put the x, y, z value in this equation, so you can get the value of rho v. Let's see one another example. Potential is given. Again, we have to find out the potential as well as the electric field intensity at given point. First thing is to find out the potential at given point. Means simply in place of x, y, and z, you have to put the values. If you put the values in place of x, y, z, you get the 50 volt. And if you want the field intensity, then it will be minus del v. Minus del v gives an answer like this. With respect to x, if you do the differentiation, then a differentiation with respect to x is 2xy square z cube, means 2y square z cube. Del x by del x is 1. Then 3 ln of this function, differentiation of ln is 1 upon that value. So 1 upon 3 upon x square plus 2y square plus 3z square, but it is with respect to x, so we have to do the differentiation of x square also, that is 2x. So it will be, it goes into numerator. Then for the second one, same thing, 1 upon that function, but in this case you have to take the differentiation with respect to y, that is 2y square. So 2 into 2y. Same way for the z, you can do like this. At the last you have to add all the values, because E is equal to minus gradient V. So it gives us answer for field intensity 7.1 plus 22.8 AY minus 71.1 in Z. This is answer for electric field intensity. So this is the end of the electrostatics part, in which we have discussed about first the electric forces, then about the Coulomb's law, then from electric field intensity at a given point charge, line charge, surface charge distribution, then about the electric flux density, about the potential and potential difference due to all kind of distribution, and at the last we discussed about the flow of some examples from which we can find out the volume charge density as well as the charge. So this is the end of the electrostatics part. From next lecture onwards, we will discuss about the magnetostatics part. Up to this, if you have any doubt or queries regarding this session, you can ask me on my email ID. Thank you for watching.